Hi everyone! Today I want to talk to you all about how publishing a children's book was actually way easier than I thought it was going to be. I had a lot of mental blocks around this concept, and I know that a lot of you do too because I've heard from other artists who are saying the same thing. So today I want to talk about why it's actually not as hard as it seems and give you some tips for getting started in case you've ever thought about doing something like a picture book, adult coloring book, or even a low content book, just like a planner cover with some blank pages. So let's dive into it. I'm Liz Kohler-Brown. I'm a service designer and hand letterer who loves helping artists find their style and sell their work. I want to start by telling you about my background in traditional publishing and self-publishing so you know where I'm coming from. I have published 4 books total. 2 of them are self-published and 2 of them are traditionally published. I've done a couple tutorial type books. I've done a letter library book where hand letterers can get letter styles, and now I've done a picture book. So I've done a few different types of books, and I have a sense of what it takes to produce a book and what are some of the pros and cons of self-publishing versus working with a traditional publisher. So in terms of self-publishing, there's a few different book types that artists I think should consider. The first is low content books, which is like planner covers, notebook covers, and things that basically don't have a lot inside the pages. Then we have adult or kids coloring books, or something like a reverse coloring book where you do the fills and you show your readers to do the lines. There's also interactive books where you can design like scrapbook paper using patterns or illustrations. You can also do things like trace the dots and other activities. Then of course you can do a picture book, and that can be with or without a story depending on the age range you're going for, or it could even be like an alphabet book, just do the ABCs, one for each page. Tip here is that I have 9 trending book topics in a freebie right below this video. So if you want to know what is trending in this realm of self-publishing, go ahead and grab that freebie below. One of my favorite things to do is to research trends and find out what is selling, what has really great SEO at the moment, and I just gather big lists of those because I love to have those for my own personal research, and I want to share those with you all. So pick up that freebie below if you are thinking about self-publishing your own book as an artist. So here is why this whole self-publishing for artists thing works. Number one, it's low competition. Very few artists are doing this for some reason. A lot of people are pursuing traditional publishing and just skipping this whole idea of publishing themselves. I've also noticed some low knowledge going on these platforms. Even the people doing it are not understanding SEO. Their titles, tags, and descriptions don't have the SEO that they need to really get found. And the ad costs are really low on these platforms. So you can run ads at a low price compared to other platforms. You don't need to have an audience. You can just get your book on there and start getting eyeballs on it. I want to note here that you can publish a book in a day, or you can spend a few months on it. It really just depends on what kind of book you want to create and how much time and effort you want to put into it. This is a concept I really want to drive home because I think a lot of people say, and I know this because so many people have told me since I started working on my picture book, I don't have time to do a book. I just don't have the time. Meanwhile, these people are producing pattern collections, lettering compositions, greeting cards. They're making other work, but they're saying they don't have time to do a book. And my thought here is you can spend as much time as you want on a book. There's plenty of people making money on low content books, which are just like pretty planner covers. And there's lots of people who are doing medium to high content books and doing really well as well. So you kind of can just choose where you want to land there and how many hours, how many days you want to spend on this book and go from there. In the end, it is just a PDF, y'all. So many artists fear becoming a gulp author and they think they aren't worthy or intelligent enough. Is this speaking to some of you? Am I making you feel uncomfortable here? The truth is that it's a lot of steps. But none of the steps are hard. It just takes time to go through all of these steps. And of course, you can start small with low content books to help you learn the ropes and then increase over time as you get more comfortable. You can see on the right here, this is what I submitted. It's basically the same content I do for my calendars. Sometimes even my greeting card collections have this volume of illustration. So it's not a huge lift. It just is a big mental leap to get there. So I hope that kind of inspires anyone out there who's like, I've always wanted to do a book, but I just don't have time. I just don't know how. I just can't do it. This is something that's totally reachable for you. It's just a mental block that you need to cross over and say, I could be a self-published artist. I don't have to have a certain degree or writing experience or anything like that in order to publish a book. You also don't need an audience, but you do, however, need SEO to find people. So I always recommend starting with an SEO-heavy niche before you even design a single page. Don't start with the pages, start with the idea. So my example here from my book is about fear and resilience and self-reliance and mindfulness. Those are all trending keywords in the children's picture book niche. A tip here is that books that don't start with a niche don't end with a sale. Ever since I said I was going to publish a picture book, and I've told a few friends, people have been sending me manuscripts of their books. I've had so many people send me written concepts, visual concepts, and say, do you think this could be a children's book? And a lot of them, when I look at it, I'm thinking, what is your SEO? How are you going to get found? What is the concept behind this that's going to make people find you? Because if we can't find you, we're not going to buy anything from you. So that is the number one thing you need to think about before diving into this project. So if you are super excited about this, let's create a book together. I have a class on my whole process, and you can watch the class with a free trial right below this video. I know that paying for a big expensive course to do something like this is not possible for most people, so I'm not offering this as a big expensive course. It's just something that's in my membership, and you can use a free trial to watch it right now. It's question time. Tracy Zealous says, I just spent so much time learning Illustrator, but I keep hearing that Affinity is a better tool for vectorizing art. Why do you prefer it? And is there ever a time you have to use Illustrator? I love this question, Tracy, because I love Affinity Designer. I work in it almost every single day, and no, I do not work in Illustrator. Whenever I need an Illustrator file, I just use a file converter to get that .ai file type. You can make vector images in Affinity or in Illustrator, but I work on my iPad all the time. That's really the only device I use for my creative work. And the Affinity Designer app just has a lot more tools than the Illustrator app. Nothing against Illustrator. I mean, they're both good apps, but when it comes to building patterns on your iPads, doing vector-based art on your iPad, if you want the most amount of tools, then you want to use that Affinity Designer app. I do have a free course all about how to use Affinity Designer, so if you just want to take a peek inside the app and see how it works, right below this video, you're going to find a link to my Affinity 101 course. So check that out. Let me know what you think. Leave me another comment and tell me how you feel about Affinity. So I hope you all are super excited about the idea of doing a book, because I'm telling you, this is not unreachable for you. If you have done a series of illustrations in your life, then you've already pretty much done a book. You just need to organize it into a PDF. I'm going to put a link to my book right below this video. So if you want to support me, get my book, leave me a review on Amazon and help me become a bestseller. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye. So if you like this video, you might like my other podcast style videos like this one on how to stop hoarding your art and the best places to sell your art in 2025. So I'll see you there.